funny. In this place you'll laugh right down from your belly. So get in here, you half a queer. It's time for Calta and Kelly.
That's for you.
Hello, Bobo. Hello, Maximus.
Hi.
So nice to see you with your shiny hair,
Yeah.
like a surfer.
Oh my god.
You look like a punk rock supermodel. What are you stressing out about?
Yeah, what are you stressed? What are you doing? What's he saying? Get your hand off the mic. Never touch the mic with your hand.
No, look.
First rule in broadcasting: never touch the mic with your hand.
First rule is actually don't say the F word. That's the first.
All right, you're done. You're done. That was just weird. What is that called? Give me a kiss.
ASMR.
Goodbye. Would you just smack me in the head? Give me a love.
Like a cut, G.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Bye. I love you. Goodbye.
You got rickrolled.
All right, goodbye. You smack me in the head again, I'm gonna smack your ass. How's that?
Whoa. It's getting a
What?
little dirty. It's getting a little dirty for me.
What is that?
On your arm.
Give me that. Come on, dude.
Who's there?
What?
Who is
Remy, come over here and say hi because I can hear you. This is Remy. He's a friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
Remy, bend down.
Big friend.
What's up, guys?
What's up, pal? How are you?
What's up,
Guy.
Remy? Come on, Max. All right, back off. Back off.
You playing that good Minecraft. I like your cut, G.
All right,
Wait.
listen.
Play that again.
No, we gotta go.
You play it again. Look. Play it again.
What?
You playing that good Minecraft. I like your cut, G.
All right, goodbye. Bye. Go inside. Remy, a friend of mine. I brought him home steak tips. He's very happy.
What number?
He watched Doodles, but Doodles, he was. Can I tell them? Yeah. He was. Max, you gotta go. I gotta tell the story. Goodbye. So go inside. So he's no, Remy, you can come in. Remy
listens very good.
He's a police officer here in town. He was banging, and Doodles loves Remy. I mean, like Doodles sleeps in the bed with me,
Right.
but she'll get up and leave at some point and go on the floor like a dog, and she'll go to Max's room back and forth. She kind of guards the house. She sleeps with him, like in the bed, long ways, like a woman with Remy. Like she loves Remy.
My dog does that too. Sleeps long ways like a lady.
Yeah, weird.
And puts her paw on my chest like she leans over and hugs me.
Yeah, Doodles wants nothing to do with me sexually.
Right.
Remy is
You're
at
less attractive to dogs. To dogs, not to. I think you're adorable.
So, anyways, Remy's
Dog likes Remy.
Dog loves Remy. Remy's doing doggy style with a human female.
Oh, really?
Doodle runs in and gets underneath and lies on her thing and tries to get in on it.
And what did he do? Did he bring her in?
No, what do you think he did? He's a cop. He took his gun and stuck it to the girl. Do it. No. No, he hopefully I don't even you know what? I didn't ask that question. I should have asked that question. So what did you do? Would have been a good question if I cared. Oh, fuck.
It's like a choose your own adventure. We'll just assume we know what happened.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
How do I look?
You look fantastic.
Yep,
How do you feel about the look, though?
So I feel great. However, I
Yes.
still haven't figured out how to see you without looking down. I'll get that all.
I figured it out. I figured it out. I'm looking right at you right now. What does it look like?
You're looking at me, but it looks like you smoked a lot of pot.
Okay. So now, how's that look?
Like?
How's that look?
You look like you're disinterested while you're looking at me.
But am I looking right at you?
Yes, you're looking right at me.
Okay. All you got to do is get an iPad, get a clamp,
got one,
and put it in front of you, and have my dumb face.
I have a problem that you don't have.
Yeah, I know you have diabetes. I am pre-diabetic, so we're right.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
My A1C is good.
I don't know what the fucking A1C is.
My doctor looks at my blood work and he goes, "Did we get this for the wrong patient?"
Really?
Yeah, he's like, he goes, "You should have high cholesterol. You should have your sugar should be high."
Yeah, you should be dead.
Basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah. I got on the scale the other day, and the chick was like, "She's you on blood pressure medication?" I go, "No." She goes, "Are you sure?" I go, "No." She goes, "Wow, that's good."
You know what you hate when you get a sassy black nurse? Baby, you're too big. Yeah, I know. I know you're trying to be nice.
There's a joke there I could have done around fucking 1995, but I'm not gonna. Shut
Who is at
the
your
ring-
house?
It's Dawn. I asked her to shut the ringer off, and she doesn't. She doesn't listen, Michael.
Listen,
She doesn't. She doesn't listen.
this ring.
This is Dawn. She's not
Hello?
even Dawn. Did you get my text?
Yeah, I shut the ring off, and I'm walking into the house to go shut the ring off.
Okay, thank you. Say hi to Mike Calta.
Hi, Mike Calta.
Hi, Roper. How are you?
I'm good.
Why when
What's happening?
Mhm.
She gets all excited when she says hi to me.
Okay.
And me nothing.
I gotta go. Bye bye.
Wow.
It's like eating mashed potatoes or mashed potatoes with butter and sour cream.
I love both of those versions, by the way.
Right, but mine is like when you get excited about, the other one you just get a slop of.
What do you mean? I get excited with both of those.
Yeah. I went shopping today, food
Yeah.
shopping.
Yeah.
While I was hungry. I bought shit I never even knew the store had before.
Yeah.
I bought one of those fruits that has horns.
See what I got?
Ooh. But you can't cut your dad's head off.
Hear this. Ready?
Max. Okay, Max. Beat it. Maximus. Okay, bye.
I gotta just cut Dad's lip off.
Max, get out of here.
Oh, well.
Max, watch out. You're going to rip the thing out. It's not funny.
How am I gonna rip the thing off?
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thy will, not mine, be done.
That's not what, that is something you can change, though.
Men and women who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other. What?
You can change that, though. That you said, grant me the serenity for things I can change. You could turn around and you could throttle that kid, change it like that.
Yeah, it changes life forever, too. What was
Let me
that?
tell you how this all ties in.
Yes.
So I, too, have the Ring doorbell.
Yes.
And I busted my son on Saturday night.
You busted your son?
And he puts a serious strain on our relationship.
Ah, what happened?
I busted him driving his car.
Oh, you caught him driving the fucking Tesla without legally being able to drive it?
I mean, it's not as bad as it sounds because he was with a friend and that friend was supposed to be driving. And that friend has a license. He has a shitty car. So they take Joey's car. But when they parked, I saw Joey get out of the driver's side. And I was like, you son of a bitch. You little lying fuckface.
Yeah, but was he just driving it was he driving it from the kid's house?
Oh, no. There was more. There was more to it. Now, he was supposed to be home by 1 o'clock. At 1:05, he lied to me about where he was, forgetting that I could easily look on the Tesla app and find out exactly where he is.
And you did.
And I did. And it involved girls, which, you know, I don't give a shit about that, but just trying my patience, this kid.
Mo, shut your mic off.
No, it's me, I think.
Oh.
I have to use my phone I have to use my phone as a monitor, and it will not allow me to go completely silent for some reason. Isn't that annoying?
So now you look good, you just sound like shit.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. I could fix it. How's that?
No.
Better?
No.
Yeah. But now
There's
I
like
can't
a
see.
wind noise or something coming from you. Mike.
You must have a fan.
What's the fan? It's the air conditioner.
So shut it off.
How dare you? You tell me to shut the air conditioning off?
Yeah, I shut my AC off.
I live in the state of Florida.
What does that fucking mean?
It's an average of 92 degrees.
What is it right now?
91.
Alexa, hey Siri, what's the temperature in Tampa, Florida?
It's about 84 degrees in Tampa, Florida.
Alexa, stop.
Hey Siri, who's Mike Calta?
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
It's weird because if you ask Siri or Alexa about me, they have no interest in me being a radio personality, just me being a plaintiff in a lawsuit against Hulk Hogan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is what I found on the web.
Right.
Mike Calta is being sued by Hulk Hogan.
Oh, man. So
isn't that? I started thinking about that today. When my brother and I were young, my mother used to work at a travel agency on Saturdays to make extra money.
Yeah.
So she'd be gone before we woke up, and then we get up and on Channel 5 in New York, Fox 5, they would show wrestling. Well, no, it was probably like Channel 9 or Channel 11, one of those shit channels.
Yeah.
And first they would show Doctor Who, but not the cool version that everybody likes now, the one that had that weird guy with the long curly hair on it.
Yeah.
They'd show that, and then they would show Championship Wrestling. And it was we just moved the furniture and we'd beat the shit out of each other during wrestling. It was the greatest thing ever. I'd beat Don Morocco, he'd beat Tito Santana, and we'd just have a great time wrestling, watching it. And Hulk Hogan was the greatest thing. He was larger than life. To think one day that Hulk Hogan would be suing me or would have taken me to court is fucking hilarious. And then Evel Knievel, my other hero, would be my neighbor.
Is Evel Knievel your neighbor? Was your neighbor?
He was my neighbor, yeah, for years.
In the other place?
When Pete and I lived together, he was our neighbor.
In the shit place?
Oh, it wasn't a shit place. It was really nice.
Oh, it was.
It was a townhome,
Mm-hmm.
like a condo, and it was in a place called Crystal Bay, in a fancy part of Clearwater called Feather Sound. And there were high-rise buildings, and he lived in one building, we lived in the other, and it was cool as shit just to see him in the parking lot.
Wow! Did you
He was
get
a mean old fuck.
any memorabilia? Did you get anything from him?
Dude, I have so much cool. Not at that point. At that point, I didn't know him, and he wasn't too interested in making friends. He was dying. He had a bad liver, and he had a liver replacement. He had some problems. But his wife and I became friends, and Joey had an interest in Evel Knievel when he was younger, so she sent me a whole bunch of shit.
Right.
I mean, I have a ticket, an unused ticket from the Snake River Canyon jump.
Wow.
I have his Evel Knievel toy, the wind-up one with the motorcycle that he used to use in his travel trailer. His actual personal one she gave me for Joey.
Get the fuck out of here!
Swear to God, I never let Joey touch it. It's in a box and it's put away. But in my studio here, I have a handwritten letter. I have a picture of him on the bike, and I have the ticket and a coin, a gold coin that they gave out that day.
Oh my God!
Dude, and then she gave me a letter that George Steinbrenner wrote to Evel Knievel on his stationery. They had run into each other, and then he wrote him a letter. Hey, Evel, it was nice running into you. Blah blah blah. Keep in touch with George Steinbrenner. And when he died, she found it, and she knew I was a big Yankee fan and a big Evel fan, so she gave me that letter too. She's great.
Wow, I love that.
Would you go? I want to go to the Evel Knievel Museum.
Dude, I'll go to any museum.
I think it's in like Kentucky.
You don't know that about me. I love fucking museums. One of my favorite times with Max ever was in Bruges.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Ghent in Belgium.
Right.
He was. We were all at this little outdoor cafe. You know, he just got fucking finicky, tired. You know, we're walking around, we're on his boat every day, right?
He was younger.
He just gets a little cunty. So I go, let me take him. We start walking down the street by a canal, and all of a sudden there's this, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's a museum of Belgium of all this weird shit. So we go in. I wish I could find these photos. We go in, and it's, I mean, just crazy shit from Belgium over the years. And we go through the whole thing, and he loved it too. And then you come out in the middle, and there's this courtyard, and there's this pub. And we walked in, and there was just two old Belgium dudes. Are you frozen, or are you just listening?
No, I'm listening.
But you're frozen.
Am I?
Yeah, you're frozen. Is he frozen, Mush, on your end?
Yeah, his cat. Now he's moving.
Yeah, you're moving.
Sorry.
And we went into this pub, and these just Belgium dudes were drinking beer, and because beer is huge in Belgium. They're just drinking. Yeah. And we came in, I got a coffee, I got a little juice for him or something. And we sat at this bar with these two old Belgium dudes.
And just listen to the old dudes.
We just listened to them, and then we went outside. They had a little thing outside, and We hung out there for a minute, and then we walked over. Like we walked a block over and found this bench under a tree. He fell asleep on my lap in front of a castle. And then they all met me over there. I don't know how they found me. They found me, and we went in the castle, and he was running around the castle with TJ, Jack Vaughn's kid, and it was fucking amazing. And I remember I came back and I told this guy this story, one of the comedians this story. He's like, dude, you should check out Disney World, man. If you love that. I mean, what the fuck did you just say to me? He goes, yeah, man, Disney World. You got the castle. I go, he was in a real fucking castle. You fucking scumbag of life. I love it. I went to the David Bowie Museum in Toronto.
That's one of the things I miss about New York is New York has, like, when I lived there, I went to a place. It wasn't a museum, but it was like a gallery, and they had all the blueprints for all the famous TV houses, like the Seinfeld apartment and the Brady Bunch house, and the Three's Company house. I love that shit. Then one of the last times I was in New York for a while, they had at the Museum of Modern Art, they had the superhero display, and it was all the capes and outfits and shit from all the superheroes from movies.
I love that shit.
Yeah, in addition to real art. But I mean, it's just some fun shit to go see. I would do that all the time.
I did that. Me and Matt Frost drove to Graceland just to go to that. That was fucking awesome. Yeah.
You didn't get to go upstairs, did you?
You can't.
Do you think Elvis still lives up there? Why wouldn't they let you upstairs?
First of all, great sitcom idea. Him and his family still, Lisa and everybody live up there.
Upstairs Elvis.
The upstairs Presleys, right? So he's up there just fucking around, and he's like older and chubbier, and he's just like, "What's going on? What's going on? Hey, did you see that shit with Will Smith?"
Yeah, every once in a while he has to figure out a way to sneak out to go to the dentist.
Yeah, he's got to sneak downstairs. He's walking in like a tourist. Oh, that's great. The jungle room. What a dumb room. Yeah, I don't like it either. And then he runs upstairs. Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm just getting in the driveway there. I mean,
there it is.
I went there and I was amazed at the access that you have to all of his stuff. Like when you go see did you go see his plane?
Yeah. Lisa Marie.
He's laying on that fucking thing. There's nobody even there.
Yeah, just walking around on his plane. It's not even, I was amazed at how, fucking cheesy Elvis was. You know?
But think about it though. It was a different time. Yeah.
Back then in Memphis, it was nuts. Because most people living in fucking huts. There's the Lisa Marie right there. I mean, look, he had a fucking plane, so that's pretty epic. Yeah,
I put a bumper sticker on it.
You put a bumper sticker on what?
I put a bumper sticker on the plane and took a picture with it, and then I took the bumper sticker off because I don't want to be disrespectful. But
good.
And I did the same thing to his grave.
I'm sorry.
I was so afraid because I wanted to put it on there, just take a picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. They'll yell at me. They'll throw me out. And then I looked down, and everybody was putting shit on top of his grave, like candy and flowers. And I was like, well, who gives a fuck then? I put the bumper sticker down, took a picture of it, and left it there.
You left a Mike Calta?
Yeah, I didn't stick it on. I just placed it down so I could take a picture.
Okay, that's better. Better.
I'm not. I mean, what kind of fucking hooligan do you think I am?
Well, I mean, you that's pretty fucking hooliganish.
I wanted to steal something from the house so bad.
Like what?
Like, did you ever go to the Edison Museum in Menlo Park, New Jersey?
What is it?
Thomas Edison's museum, the Edison Lab.
No, I didn't do that. Where is that?
It's in Menlo Park. It's not far from you at all. You got to go to that because the story is Thomas Edison died in his study in his office, and they left his lab untouched. Like the way it was, they shut it down and they never touched anything.
Really?
And you can go through there and go on tour and see exactly how it was the day he died. He didn't touch anything. And I was like, I'm opening drawers. I want to find the next fucking patent for something that didn't come out yet. And I'm like, yeah, I stole this from Edison. But I mean, you could just go through his shit and go through his office and steal stuff from him. Yeah, just there it is. I was there.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to have a display, things I stole from other museums. And then I'm going to open up my museum. Stolen goods.
Have you this one flipped me out a lot because I didn't know it existed. when I did comedy on state.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I want to go somewhere. I want to do something. I don't like to just sit around, you know?
Right.
And they were like, we could take you to House on the Rock. So they took me, dude, Google House on a Rock, Mush. It's fucking crazy, man.
If I had to guess, I would say it's a house on a rock.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This guy was in direct competition with some other fucking architect. What's his name? Who's the guy who built those cool houses, you know, with the flat roofs and all the windows? What's his name?
Right?
Oh, yeah, right. Or Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
So, dude, this guy built this fucking crazy house. Go to some other photos. There's actually a room that just goes out forever, straight, right? And see it right there. See it sticking out right underneath the Godzilla. All right, so but as you go out, it's an optical illusion. It's so weird, dude. As you're going out, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Look at that thing. It just shoots straight the fuck out. It's crazy. As you're walking out there, dude, you start flipping out. But inside of his house, he's got all this other stuff. Like click on that Ferris wheel or whatever the fuck that is. I mean, this house is nuts, dude.
Oh, I couldn't live there. That's scary.
But apparently, click on the top one above there. No, above there to the right.
What's with the teeth?
That he has a fucking dinosaur there. Look at all this shit. So he built this house to compete with him with the whatever that dude is, and then he had all this shit in there. It's crazy.
I'd go to that.
This shit made me want to do like mushrooms and go into this house and walk around.
I'm in, by the way.
That's how crazy this fucking house is.
Isn't it weird how carousels make me excited, like thinking about a kid, you know, being a kid, but also at the same time scare the shit out of me. Like a slow moving carousel with slow moving music is scary as fuck. Ding, ding,
dude, this house is fucking nuts. And this guy used to have orgies back there and bring all kinds of fucking people in it. But if you go inside the house, it's like that little photo on the right. It's crazy.
You ever go to the catacombs in France?
No. Yeah, look at that's the inside of his house.
That's pretty cool.
That's the rock inside of the house.
That's a good spot to be in cases of war.
But there's a lot of back in those days, they had carpet on the ceilings and they had carpet all over, you know, on the walls. That was like a big thing, you know?
Yeah. Have you been to the Playboy Mansion?
No, I've never been.
I've had unprecedented access to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, I heard you.
Shit.
Yeah, what did you see?
The Elvis fuck room in the gym.
What's an Elvis fuck room?
It's a secret room behind the mirrors in the gym where Elvis used to bang chicks.
Really?
Oh.
How'd you get in there?
I know a person who knows a person.
It's all over, dude. He's dead. And he's.
I think the person I know still works there.
It's over. There's nobody there.
Well, somebody's there.
Yeah, but they don't have girls there anymore.
No, but you want to know what's so adorable is that the last time I went there, because I've been there a couple of times, the last time I went there was Christmas time.
Yeah.
And there's the party house.
Yeah.
And then there's like the living quarters where half and the girls lived.
Yeah.
And then his sons and lived in a different house across on completely different property. But in the place where the girls live, just to show you what a fucking pimp he was. If you look in the windowsill, there were like 10 little gingerbread houses. And the lady was like, oh yeah, half of the girls made gingerbread houses last night. I'm like, that's fucking adorable.
It's adorable.
And his little elves.
He fucking raped all these women.
Oh, come on.
Is that the Elvis fuck room right there?
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah. That's what it says, the Elvis fuck room, right?
Yeah, it's one of the secret bedrooms.
So you just go in there and you fucking what?
But see, that's not the right one. So that one there is the one where you walk in and the floor is a mattress.
Okay.
So,
the floor is
that one right there, like the floor, you walk in, the floor is bouncy. The floor is a mattress.
Oh,
so it's
nice.
like a big orgy room.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no picture so far of. So I've been in there. That's a game room. That's where the room is with the bouncy floor.
So cheesy.
It is so cheesy, but it was built in the 70s when all that shit was cool.
Yeah, but you think that this guy would have up fucking dated it as time went on.
But think about it. If you live there and you love it, you don't want to change it. Like what do you want to change? You want that thing to be all white fucking marble, or do you want it to be cool ass?
No, but you just fucking. Carpet? I bet he still had an intercom system.
For sure.
Lulu, could you bring me in candy? Bring me in candy some iced tea and lemonade.
It's worse. It's a phone system.
No,
I know because I took a picture of it because it tells you what all the extensions are. So I took a picture of it in case I ever wanted to call around there for the show. But each area, even in the grotto, it's got a phone with extensions, and you can just dial into the grotto.
Fuck yeah, dude! Update that shit.
I went inside the grotto.
Oh my god, that's it.
Yeah, they're fucking hilarious.
It's rusted.
Yeah, well, they don't use that one. That's old. They don't use that anymore. That's not the one.
There's a fucking dialing system.
That's old as shit. That came with the house. But there's you'll see another little phone on the, just a regular phone with extensions. I was in the grotto with my brother and my father. Totally different from my fantasy of the grotto.
I'm joking.
What'd you say?
I'm sucking each other up.
You always think if I'm ever going to get to the Playboy Mansion, the grotto, and be surrounded by big fake titty bitches. Instead, I was there with my dad and my brother.
You're just surrounded by you.
Yeah, basically. And then I got bit by a peacock.
Oh, a what?
A peacock.
Peacocks make a fucking crazy noise, and they're a very aggressive bird. People don't know that.
Motherfucker chased me, and I swatted at it, and I was like, this peacock pecks at me again. I want to knock it out, and the fucking peacock bit me right in the leg.
Hey.
Little shithead.
It's so weird when you go there, though, because it's gone. That whole era. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a little fucker.
Beautiful bird. Fucking beautiful bird.
It's so when you go there, you pull up to this rock, and there's a speaker, but you can barely see it. And they're like, "Can I help you?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm Mike Calta. I'm here to see whoever." And they're like, "All right." And they'll be like, "All right, come up in the driveway and park in the front." So you drive up. Then as you're driving in, you're like, "Holy shit, I'm driving in the Playboy Mansion." And then you see that sign that Mush showed where it said, "Careful, playmates at play" or some shit.
Okay.
And then when you park, you're like, "This is it. There's the fountain. There's everything. I'm parking in the Playboy Mansion. This is fucking unbelievable. Like, you can't believe that you're there." And then when you get there, you forget about all that shit, and you're like, "I can't believe how many animals live in this fucking thing. Exotic birds, monkeys. They've got everything there. It's crazy."
Now, is it still functioning? Can the public go there now, or who's there?
No, I don't know that the public could have ever just gone in there. It's not like a museum, but somebody bought it. Like the guy who is like the heir to like Twinkies or some shit bought
Who
it.
is this dude? Who just Google it so we don't fucking spread misinformation, crumb bombs, and
Little Debbie bought it.
Little Debbie bought it.
No, it was the heir to the hostess fortune.
Garrett Metropolitan.
He was the CEO of Pabst.
Pabst Blue Ribbon Brewery, you fucking loser.
No, I think that might have been somebody before him.
Huh?
I think there might have been somebody before him.
Dude, there's nobody before that, dude.
Yes, because when Hef died, they sold it really quick. And then I think the guy who bought it sold it again for more money.
All right, Google that. We can find this out.
Yeah. Let me just tell you why you're looking that up.
Yeah.
You're in the Playboy Mansion. What I got?
Darren was also the co-owner of Hostess Brands.
Okay. Well,
apology accepted.
Yeah. Well, apology given. How's that?
Thank you, little Debbie.
Thank you, little Debbie.
I didn't make that up. That was real shit.
Okay. Apology given. I didn't know he owned fucking everything. Fucking alcoholic fatso.
When you go there and you're like, wow, look at the size of this fucking place. This is LA and all this property and this house. And then there's that house and the animal house and the guest house. And then you turn around and you just see the biggest fucking land and house you've ever seen. And you're like, whoa, who the fuck is that house? And they're like, that's Jimmy Iovine's house. And you're like, yeah, that guy's got money. That's fucking rich.
It's bigger.
Oh my God, dude. If for a second you're like, holy shit, the Playboy Mansion. Then you just turn around and you look at that guy's house and you're like, what the fuck does that guy do?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, listen, man, stop letting 16 fucking mediocre girls live there and one hot one. You know what I mean? I mean, let them get a job. Why do you, the Playboy thing always bugged me.
Why?
It just bugged me. It's like strip clubs. They bother me. It's like, dude, want to go to the strip club? No, I don't. I'd rather go fucking hang out somewhere, shoot the shit and talk, or let's go try to get laid. Let's go fucking meet some chicks. Let's go disco, baby. Let's go disco.
I haven't hung out at strip clubs since I was able to pull a stripper out of the strip club. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool back in the day. We'd go there at 3 o'clock in the morning when their shift was almost over, hang out for a couple of minutes, then you could leave with one of them. That was when strip clubs were cool. But now I'm old, fat, and married, and now I'm just going there and falling into false hope and giving them all my money.
I just didn't like it even back in the day. I dated a couple strippers, always mental patients.
Yes.
You know, there was always a way out that they were, I'm going to do this. And a lot of it was real estate. I'm going to be around. Yeah, whatever. It's like, listen, you just made fucking $1,500 cash winking your asshole at fucking people for a night. You're not going to. Okay. All right. You just came out to girls and made 500 cash with your pussy. You're not going anywhere. So, but it just never, I always felt uncomfortable. Number one, I'm a messy eater. Okay. I'm a messy eater.
Yes.
I always get shit on my shirt, even when I was fucking skinny. And then you go to a strip club and they have to have black lights. So all of a sudden you got a fucking mustard stain just glaring out. You look like an idiot. You know, it's happened to me so many times at strip clubs where you go in and I look down and it's just fucking some type of sauce or dandruff or something just on. You look like a hunk of shit. You think you look great.
There's a jizz line somewhere on your chest.
And then they're coming over to you. And then the fucking aggressive, you know, Ukraine one would always come over to me. Hello, do you want dance? No, I don't. Why you don't want dance with me? You don't think I'm pretty? It's not that I don't think you're pretty. I mean, the mole on your cheek is bothering me because it's casting a shadow, and your fucking dead tooth in the black light is freaking me out. But no, fucking Glifna, I don't want to fucking dance right now. Okay.
I told the girl one time I walked in, she came up to me, she's like, do you want to get a dance? And I go, maybe. I just walked in a couple of minutes. She goes, listen, you're at a strip club. What's the difference if you get a dance now when you just walked in or later? Everybody has the same excuse. Just get the dance. I go, oh, you want me to be truthful? If I was going to pay $20 for a dance, it wouldn't be somebody as fat as you. And she did not like that.
Good for you.
Don't try to put that shit on me.
Yeah.
The worst part was when I was kind of hooking up with this girl. She had an ugly name, but she was actually pretty hot. Her name was Vivian. And she worked at 2001. And towards the end of the night, we'd be getting, like, she'd be talking dirty. We're going to go home. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then one day she was right up my ear and she's telling me, she's like, when I get home, I'm going to suck your dick. I couldn't. She was so hot and she was so like girl next door. So when she would talk dirty, it was so great. And then right as I'd be like totally into it and be like, man, I love this girl. This is great. They'd be like, all right, we need all the girls to the stage. All the girls. And she'd be like, I'll be right back. I got to go. And I went, oh, fuck this. Be part of the cattle call. I don't know that.
I remember I used to go with Patrice, used to heckle him. Dude, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
He's so mean.
He was, well, listen, he didn't want to take it, so he gave it. That was his theory. That was his whole process. I'm going to give it because I don't want to take it. So he would pull up and he would get ones. He'd be like, yo, why is your left titty little and your right titty big? What, did you get hit by a car? He'd be like, yo, your nipples are dark as shit. Just trashing them, right? And your belly button, I can mix some fucking cake batter in that belly button. That shit's deep. Let me put the money in your belly button. You would just trash him. Look at that foot. Holy shit. Honey, you should wear sneakers when you dance. And then he'd roll up $1 and throw it at him.
I never did that. I never wanted to sit at the stage and just be the guy to hand the girl or have the girl come down and push her fake boobs together so you can stick $1 in there. Yeah. That just was always weird to me.
It's the whole process is fucking retarded because you're sitting there, and I've done it. You're sitting there looking up, like, you know, and she's looking at you, and you're trying to be cool. You're trying to be as cool. Yeah, what's up? You want to take a sip, but not too much because that's a fucking $9, fucking Diet Coke
mocktail.
Yeah, with fucking It's mostly ice, a little straw. So you take little sips, and she's coming up to you, and she's wiggling her shit, and you want to put $1 up, but you don't want to pull it all up because you only get fucking 20. It's just a nightmare. You can't be cool. And then you wind up getting up and leave, and then they come to you after the dance. If they think they got you, they come to you. The whole thing is a fucking emotional scam for a girl to suck money out of some fucking, not a loser either. I don't think that guys that go to strip clubs are losers. I just think they're going, and then all of a sudden you think you're talking to her and she's not. And then some dude with neck tattoos and a fucking Harley comes in and she's over there fucking sucking his dick. And you're like, oh, there you go.
But you know what? The whole thing is that, like, you go there for the fantasy, because if you're married, it's not cheating on your wife. Like, if she doesn't care if you go, and then you go there and you get a lap dance, and then you go home and you're like, I didn't even like it that much, but you really did like it. And it's the only other way where you get to see like a pussy up close without getting divorced.
I mean, yeah, I think that's it right there. If you want to pinpoint it, the only place you can see a pussy,
Mark Norman
without getting divorced. Exactly.
Yeah, Mark Norman's coming here for his bachelor party,
right?
With Joe and who else? Joe List, Ari.
Name every guy that fucking looks like him. Sam Morrell.
So they're all coming down here, and they were like, which club should we go to? And I said, well, it depends on what you want. Tampa offers many different things. Like if I said, Bobby, we'll go, like, Bobby, I'll ask you, then I'll ask Mush. Bobby, what kind of strip club you want to go to?
I want to come in my pants.
In your pants?
No, I want to come in my pants, which secretly means in a girl's mouth or on her cheek.
All right, well, that's different because you could do both. Then we're going to take you to Ybor Strip.
I want to come on Mush's jeans.
I don't know. That's a swingers club, and I can't help you. Mush, if you came to Tampa and you wanted to go to a strip club, and I was like, all right, well, like, what do you want to see?
Which one has the best wings?
No, you don't want to eat at a strip club, Mush.
I know.
That's called Hooters.
I don't know. I guess I would say the same thing as Bobby, probably.
Like if you
I want to come on my jeans.
Like if you ask me, I'd be like, I want to see buttholes. Like I don't want to go to, because they have different areas zoned for different things. So if you're like, I want to drink alcohol and see kind of hot women, then you can go over like to 92 where you can go and you see girls where they'll wear bikinis, tops and bottoms, and you can drink alcohol. But then when you go back and get a dance, they'll fucking take it all off. And then if you're like, I want to see the hottest fucking girls ever, and you'd be like, all right, you got to go to Mons Venus. We can go there and you get it, but you're getting lap dances in front of everybody, so there's nothing really that's gonna go down. But they're the hottest fucking chicks ever, and their assholes are right in your face.
I don't like an asshole.
You don't like an asshole?
I don't like an asshole in my face. I like an asshole. This is the way I like an asshole. I'm trying to write a joke about this too. With passion, you need passion to overcome the smell of sex. You know what I mean? You need like fucking, you need to build and build and build so that you can just be like, I don't care if your asshole smells like fucking pigeon shit and pennies. I'm going to lick it. You know what I mean? I don't want to see, I don't want to see the asshole first. I want to build up, go down there, and then fucking swipe it and have her go nuts.
I want to see it. I want her to clap it just right in front of my face.
Oh, I hate big asses.
I want to get a little waft of what it's like. Anyway, that's where you go to the Pink Pony. If you want to see a girl that has kind of hot, but also may have a good scar story, that's Pink Pony. If you want to go see, if you really want to eat a good fucking steak and be surrounded by hot chicks, that's the Penthouse Club. So there's different clubs of different type of things. Usually you start out early and you go to one of those places, you have a couple like high-end martinis and shit, and then you're like, all right, let's go to a nightclub. And then you realize you're striking out of the nightclub, and you're like, let's go back to the strip club. And you go to 2001 Odyssey, full nude, 60 girls, and they're walking around naked, and you can get lap dances, and it's a shit. Although if you wait till 3 o'clock in the morning, then you're like, I want to go and like get jerked off, then you go to Pink Pony.
The Pink Pony actually touches your pee-pee?
I mean, they don't advertise that, but if I was going to go, the Ping Pony used to hire me to do appearances, and at the end of the night, they'd bring me in the office and they'd be like, "We could pay you $500, or we could pay you $200, and Sophie will suck your dick." And I'm like, "Just give me my fucking money, idiot."
Right. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was back in the '90s before you guys go rob them and shut them down.
That would be a fun ad. They'll touch your pee-pee. That
Yeah.
would be.
I can give you this elixir. Or you can get your hand job by the bearded lady.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like 2001 will show you there's some girls that are like too fat to be strippers but really really pretty, and then there's ones that are like you're like there's no way you're fucking 18, and then there's some that you're like there's no way you're under 40. Like it's just something for everybody. I like that shit.
Selling panties. What the fuck is that? They was selling the girls dirty panties or just regular panties?
That I don't want that at all.
Well, yeah, I just never. I remember going to Vegas and going to strip clubs and just, I would always fake it because they'd be like, anywhere I went, they'd be like, dude, let's go to strip. Yeah, and inside I'm like, fuck, I would rather just go somewhere and hang out and chill out and smoke a cigar or fucking smoke cigarettes. And when I smoke cigarettes, I would rather just go do something like that. I'd rather hang. I like a hang. I like to be able to talk. You can't talk to your. This is the way you talk in a strip club. Yeah.
What?
No. Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah, dude. All right, dude. Cool. Do your thing, man. All right. Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck they're saying. It's a waste of a night. Strip club's a waste of the night.
2 times I went to strip club in Vegas, Spearmint Rhino and something else. And Spearmint Rhino is you hear about all the times you got to go.
Yeah.
And then my buddy went and got a lap dance. He was gone for a half hour, and I just walked on and got the cab, went home. Just bored out of my fucking mind. The girls are like cunty. Then I went with Galvin's bachelor party, and we were having a good time because we were all together hanging. And then when the girls got involved, I was like, I gotta go. It's getting annoying. It's not fun. I went with Ralphie May to the one in Atlanta. What's that one? That's a famous one.
AIDS?
The one that got in trouble, the one that Eric Bischoff was hanging out at, and all those guys.
What do you mean? Why'd they get in trouble?
They were having orgies and shit like that. They were doing hookers and shit. I can't remember. It was. I remember I went with Ralphie after a show.
Mm-hmm.
Ralphie had like a theater show or like a school college. It was a college.
Ralphie had a college.
He did 3 shows at the college in 2 nights. And after the second show, we went to go to Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles, and we ate there. And then we went to the strip club, the Gold Club, maybe.
Yeah, the Gold Club came out on here.
Gold Club, and they we got there, and Ralphie was like, "Hey, player, just put me and my boy in a room and just bring a bunch of girls in. I'll take care of them all." And it was just me and Ralphie and like 12 girls, and it was fucking phenomenal. Ralphie's like, "I just made so much fucking money from these 3 shows. Let's have a good time, player."
Did you ever? How do I say this? Did you ever try to help him, or were you just an enabler?
No, I wasn't an enabler because I didn't do drugs, and I didn't drink that much, and I didn't need anything from Ralphie. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need him. Him being my friend was based on our friendship. He didn't do anything. Say,
hey, dude, you should stop fucking with the food and the drugs?
It wasn't the food. It was the drugs that got him. And he was in such denial. And
the food got him too, dude.
But it was the drugs that killed him in the end. And it was the drugs that stopped him from being able to do anything about his weight. So Jay Moore, when Jay Moore and I didn't get along with each other, he tried hard to stop Ralphie and tried to explain it to me and what was going on. And I'm like, I'm with him. I don't see any drugs other than pot. I don't know what's going on. I had no idea. And
what other drugs was he doing?
He was doing a lot of prescription drugs, like a lot of opiates. Like he was a guy who lived his life in pain. So he was taking a lot of painkillers. It was hard for him to walk. He felt bad about himself. It was hard for him to live his life the way he lived it. And he would take a lot of the drugs. And then he would also smoke a ridiculous amount of pot. So to me, I just always thought he was smoking pot because he'd come to my house and I'd be like, all right, I'm going to bed. And he'd be like, all right, play, I'll see you tomorrow. And then he'd be like, I'll come do your show whenever. And he'll be there. I'll be there at 7:00. And he would roll in at like fucking 9:30 because he'd be so fucking high. But that was just Ralphie. And I just assumed that was just him being fat and high. And then when Jay told me about all the drugs and shit he was doing, I was like, look, I don't do drugs. I might be the best guy for him to be around because I'm not trying to encourage him to do shit. And I don't need him to be I wasn't. He wasn't like my key to fame. He was, and I'll tell you this right now. He was the worst on the radio, the absolute worst.
What do you mean?
He talked off mic. He made jokes that he thought was funny, and then he'd laugh so loud at his own joke it would take away from what was happening in the room.
Right.
And he didn't understand that we have a system of doing things the way he would be like, you got to do this, and he would just start talking in the middle of, it was a disruption. But he was my friend, so it was hard for me to tell him not to come on the show. So when he'd say I'll be there at 7, and he'd show up at 9:30, I'd be like, oh, thank God. That was one of the weird things. So I did talk to him about shit, and there was a time where he even lived at my house for like 3 months. And when a grown man tells you he's not doing drugs, I can't go in his room and go through his shit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, but the food, if he lost the weight, he'd probably lose the pain.
He was also
lost the pain. He might be able to get off the drugs.
He was a sneak eater. So he
Like
and I would go because he had his stomach stapled, so he couldn't eat that much. And when he did, he'd get sick. So we'd go out together and he would eat a little bit and it wouldn't look so bad. And then I'd go to bed in the middle of the night. He'd get up and he'd fucking eat everything in my kitchen. And he was a sneak eater. So he
down it, and there was just wrappers and fucking pans with cookie crumbs in it and shit.
Empty boxes of Lucky Charms.
Just a fucking whole chicken carcass.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah. That's sad. That's sad about, he got caught up in that addiction, because he was a big dude. I remember he was at Foxwoods. I was at Foxwoods. He was at the theater. I was at the comedy club, and he walked like 10 feet and stopped.
Yep.
And he'd sit down, and then he'd walk another 10 feet and stop. And it was like, fuck, it was crazy.
Yeah, he couldn't, his legs were swollen. He would retain a lot of water, and it was painful for him to walk, and he couldn't keep up. I mean, we used to tell him, we'd be like, all right, if we're going somewhere, Ralphie, we got to allow extra time.
He's got a kid, right?
He's got 2 kids.
And how are they doing?
A boy and a girl. I don't know, because his wife, I didn't get along with his ex-wife, and I believe that she was part of what killed him. I really do. She was not a good person.
Why didn't you get along with her?
Because I could see through her bullshit.
Did she stay with you?
What do you mean? Like at my house?
Like when we come there, Max and Dawn stay with me sometimes, but does she stay with Ralphie sometimes?
Yeah, they were here for Christmas one year.
What are you talking about? Like how long?
Like how long ago?
How long did they stay and how long ago both?
Oh, like maybe like a week. Like her parents lived in Sarasota, but he didn't get along with her parents. So if they came, they would stay here. And then they would go see she would go see her parents and stuff. But I mean, like I've been to LA with them. I've been to Vegas with them, and she's just not a good person. And towards the end, he started telling me some of the manipulative things they did when they were getting divorced, and she would use the kids as a pawn. I don't like her. It's my opinion. I never trash her.
What was the kids? I mean, what did she play guitar? Was she a comedian?
She's a guitar comedian.
Did he have to put her up?
Yeah, but I gotta be honest with you, her little songs were funny. Like she wasn't. I don't know her stand up, but her songs were cute, and they were. She had a little mousy voice. She said dirty shit, so it was that kind of stuff.
But why? But it's so weird that she looks so thin. She was such a little small girl, and then she went with such a big dude.
Well, when you want to be famous and you latch onto somebody who's already famous, that's the best way to get there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you did when we started this podcast.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Now look at you.
Attach myself to a fat person. And I got fat too.
Sure.
You
know my wife pretty well.
I know your wife more than you'd think I know her.
That's fine with me. But is my wife not
such a Tampa response?
She's a sweet person.
She's great.
Not to me, but to others.
Yes, always. Yes.
She did not like Ralphie's wife from the get-go. She was
really?
Like, I just don't. She knew. She was like, I don't trust her. I don't like her. I don't like the way she treats Ralphie. She's like, I just don't want to be around her. She did not like her.
I didn't like her either, dude.
Lana?
I did not. I met her a couple times, and I was just like, it just didn't make sense. It didn't add up. It's like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
She sent me a text a while ago, and she was like, I don't know what I ever did to you, and why. And I'm like, I'm not engaging in this bullshit. I just don't. She showed up at the station one night. I was listening. Johnny B does nights. Johnny B is a comedian.
Oh.
And she tweeted out, I think, it's like, I'm going to be on the Johnny B show next.
Yeah.
And I called Johnny B during the break and I said, hey, I can't tell you what to do on your show. It's your show. I said, but Ralphie fucking took care of you. He let you open for him when you were a nobody. He took you to gigs and he really took care of you and he put you over, especially when he was on this show and he was on in Tampa. And this is before you were on the radio. I said, and now this whore is fucking doing all this shit behind his back. Now that he's dead, she's using his name. I said, you do what you want. But in my opinion, I wouldn't have her on. And Johnny B fucking canceled her as she was in the lobby. He went out there and told her to go home.
Wow.
Yeah. And I can't tell anybody what to do on their show, but I did feel. What's that?
But you did.
Well, no, I felt like he needed to know what a piece of shit she was.
Right.
And how, and then he can do whatever he wants after that. And he did the right thing. He went and told her no.
Right.
And I respect him for that. I owe him one for that because she's garbage.
Yeah.
Is this on the internet? Is this live?
This is fucking going out there, brother.
Fuck.
And you were like, look, I don't like to talk bad about anybody.
Sorry. I think I still have the last text she sent me.
I never had I met her. I mean, briefly. I never even talked to her really, but I mean, I like Ralphie, but I remember one thing Ralphie came up to me. He was like, yo, player, yo, man, when you're in LA, call me. You stay at my house. You don't have to. And I'd rented a place for like 3 months to be. I go, I got a place, dude. Thank you very much. Nah, man, you stay with me. You can stay at my house even when I'm not home. Use my car. All you gotta do is these guys just feed my dogs and walk them a car. I was like, get the fuck out of my face.
Dude, let me tell you real quick, because I know you got to go. What I did that one time. I was like, I got to go to LA. And he's like, I'm not even there. I'm in Tennessee. Stay at my house. Stay at my house. I was like, all right, if you're not there, I'll do it. I'll stay there. That's cool. So I take an Uber, and he lives up in the Hollywood Hills, way the fuck up there. So like it takes you 5 minutes to get up the hill to get up to the house in a car.
Yeah.
So he lives on a dead end street that you have to do like a K turn to turn around on because it's like up against a big mountain. So he drops me off. It's 10 o'clock at night. There was riots going on in LA that night. The driver goes, you good? I go, yeah, I'm good. I know the garage code. Thanks. I go over to our garage code. Boop, 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 nothing. Boop, 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 nothing. Boop, 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 it won't open. Then I try to make a phone call. Good luck using a cell phone in the fucking Hollywood Hills. No signal whatsoever. So I'm shitting my pants now because it's me, my luggage. I'm on the fucking hill. I can't get a signal. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I remember he said that he had one of his neighbors was Gay Tony and his boyfriend. I was like, I'm going to go try to go to Gay Tony's house. So I went to the house right next door and I could see that they were in their kitchen. And I rang their doorbell and they were like, hello? And I go, hi, I'm a friend of Ralphie and Lana's and I'm supposed to stay at their house. I'm locked out and I have no cell service. And the guy goes, okay. Can you step in front of the window so we can get a look at you? And I go, sure, I'm white. And the guy was like, all right. And he opened the door and he let me use their house phone. And Lana was like, I guess Ralphie and Lana had a fight. So she changed the garage code and didn't tell anybody. So she gave me the code and I ended up staying there at the house using his BMW. I'm driving around LA in a convertible BMW, living in my house in the hills. The only thing though, like I call Ralphie that night and I go, man, there's riots. It's kind of scary here. Ralphie's like, I got a fucking hand cannon in my safe. Go get it and just keep it next to the bed. I was like, all right. And then he was like, you're good. I got you. I was like, okay, cool. Then I stayed there and I didn't want to go out because there were riots going on. It was weird shit. So all I did was stay in this house and jerked off the whole time I was there. And then the next time I talked to Ralphie, he's like, man, how many times you jerk off in my house? I was like, holy fuck, did he see me? Did he have cameras? What's going on? But I think it was just a good educated guess.
Nah, I guarantee that bitch had cameras.
Maybe, but
they had cameras. Dude, if my wife, let me tell you something right now. If I ever got in a fight with Dawn and she, because we have a punch code on our door, if she ever changed the code on the fucking door,
yeah.
It would be either over. It'd be fucking over. I'd be like, you're out of I'm out. Fuck you. I'm taking Max. We're out. I'd take Max
for that house.
Fuck you. Change the code. Who the fuck? Look it. You fight. You argue. Who gives a shit? That's part of being married. That's part of living with somebody 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Part of having a kid with somebody. Part of having a relationship. You don't fucking lock somebody out of their fucking home.
Nope.
Get the fuck. If that, I'd throw a fucking chair through the window.
Yeah, well, it's. I got to tell you, I couldn't imagine how I was going to get home.
Could you imagine coming home, like say something happened, you came home as Ralphie, and you get to your house and you can't get in.
No.
And you got to go to Gay Tony's and fucking. Oh, that'd be
The
fucking
embarrassment of having to call and say,
crazy.
my
Yeah,
wife
but
seems a lot.
I always feel bad though for the kids because the kids were young, right?
Kids were young, and I can't. From what I understand, he was pretty shitty. He was pretty fucked up towards the end,
Right.
and I bet it took a toll on his family and the kids. And I didn't live there, so I can't really say who was good and who was bad. I just know what I don't like about her. But he probably was not the best father. But she used him as a pawn. She goes to the spa and spends all this money and does all this shit, and then right away, when we start talking about how she doesn't have any money, she's going to cancel the kids' summer camp. He's like, why don't you cancel some of your fucking shit that you're spending all the money on? So she used the kids as a pawn, according to him, and that was kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well,
Again, I have to say,
Yeah.
I hear one side of it. It's Ralphie's side. It was his opinion and my opinion based on that. I don't need her suing me because I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm just telling you what it was from my angle.
Hey, this from Gay Tony's perspective. Yeah, these fucking people are crazy. I just had a big bear just knocking on our fucking door. And we watched him jerk off through the window for 5 days. Dude, you always got to look at this. Is a great segue into something I want to talk about before I gotta go. So dude, you do have to think of it from her perspective. You don't know what he did, and right. He was fucking and she's got the kids. So right. I would hope that she's a fantastic mom, at least.
I saw no sign of that.
Some people really.
Not that she was a bad mother, but I mean, even my wife was like, I didn't like the way she was with the kids. She was very black and white, not a lot of love. You know what I mean? Like you are loving to max. Dawn is loving to max.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of that. It was very almost like she was a nanny.
I fucking love Max.
Yeah. And there's no doubt about it.
I mean,
I'm not saying she didn't love her kids. It's just a different style of parenting.
Well, maybe she grew up. You know what I mean? Maybe she grew up as a kid. Who knows? But I just sent Mush a video. Speaking of, you never know both sides of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ice skate.
I do know you don't ice skate. And I know why.
I do not ice skate. I never played hockey.
Did you know this, Mush? Do you know why he doesn't ice skate?
No.
Oh, it's a good story. He's scarred.
I don't ice skate, and I've never liked redheads. We know my feelings on redheads.
And I love redheads.
And I have two, my baby brother and baby sister, both redheads. My nephew, redhead. I'm Irish. I got an Irish side of my family, the Dollins, a lot of redheads.
Of course.
And I've always been, look at Malachi, fucking Chucky, the kid from Chris's Story.
Malachi.
All fucking redheads, right? I had a fucking real problem because I went to go skating one day as a young little Bobby. And while I had that evil stepdad that was fucking whacking me around whenever he felt like it. Right. And I go to the LeConte ring over in Wellington Circle, where I started my little league career. I was going to start my hockey career. And I went there one day, and there was this redhead out front named Bobby Kelly. The other Bobby Kelly, and he fucking beat the shit out of me out front. Just beat me up because his name was Bob. I'm Bobby Kelly. You're not Bobby Kelly. Something like that. That's what I remember. Just he beat me up because my name was Bobby Kelly, and I never went back to LeConte ring, and I never fucking ice skating was over for me. I never went ice skating again because I was afraid I go back there and who was going to be there? Bobby Kelly, and Bobby Kelly was going to fucking beat me up again, so I didn't go back. Right?
That's why we don't enjoy hockey together.
I don't enjoy hockey. I don't fucking like it. I mean, I'll go to a game, but I think I just remember that smell of getting the shit kicked out of me. Right? And the redhead, it's just crazy. Mush, did you get that video?
Yes, I'm bringing it on the computer right now.
So I go to Dom's Steak Tips, Dom's Sausage Company in Malden, and they
have a store you can go in?
They have a store now, dude.
Oh.
So now he invites me to this grand opening. The mayor's there. Everybody's there. There's a lot of fans there. I'm hanging out with people. Bobby Kelly, I'm a big fan, And It was great. I brought Max, Don, my uncle Sean, my brother Andrew went, and we went down. They had samplers, all kinds of steak dip. Then you went in and we bought like fucking $300 worth of sausages, garlic and cheese sausages, the size of my pecker, like this big, right? And you could buy. We got an Italian sub. They got a steak tip. They got a sub shop in there. It's fucking great. So I'm out front, and they got the cheerleaders from the Pats are there, the Pat mascots there, and having a blast. All of a sudden, this guy, Bobby Kelly. I was like, yeah. He's like, Bobby Kelly. I'm like, what the fuck? I go, I don't skate because of you.
40 years later.
He goes, what? I go, yeah, I don't fucking skate, bro. I gotta tell you, this is, I never played hockey because of you. And I told him the story. I go, you beat me up. You beat me up in front of. He goes, I know, a LeConte ring, and he knows the whole story. And he goes, you know why I did that? There's another side of the story.
Oh.
So play the video, Mush.
You got video?
I got video of Bobby Kelly. The other Bobby Kelly, I have video. Of course I took a video. It's been what? I was Max's age, maybe younger.
40 years.
That's 40 something years ago. This happened. And I don't know how to skate. I can't go fucking on an ice skating rink because of this incident.
Because of Bobby Kelly.
And then I'm sitting at Dom's. I think I got something in my tooth. I'm sitting at Dom's. All of a sudden, Bobby Kelly comes up. There you go. No, screench. All right, there you go. There you go. That's Bobby Kelly. That's the kid.
Shit.
Okay, so now play the video. Okay, listen. This is Bobby Kelly. All right, I've mentioned you before. The reason I don't skate is because Bobby Kelly, the other Bobby Kelly, beat me up in front of LeConte and Wellington.
LeConte, okay.
But I didn't know.
I'm sorry.
This is why history, you got to know his side of it. There's always two sides. Apparently,
I don't know what happened, but a bunch of kids carded me and said, you did this, you.
Some girl,
my sister, and I go, I don't know who you are, I don't know who she is, but I got a couple lumps.
So they were going to get him because of me,
yes.
And then he got me because they got him.
That's
and
it.
I don't skate.
And he was the much better looking Bobby Kelly.
Well, not now. I mean, you beat me now, you son of a bitch. Okay, there you go. So
that's fucking great.
So apparently, because I was fucking around with this kid's sister or something, and I think I might have blown her off or just banged her and left or something. She went and ratted me out to her brothers and brother's friend. They came looking for Bobby Kelly.
Oh, that's
They're
crazy.
at a party. One of the kids goes, Bobby Kelly's right over there. So they went over and fucking, they went over, you Bobby Kelly? He's like, yeah, Bobby Kelly. Funk, you know what I mean? And he got pissed.
Great.
He got pissed. So when he found me, he's like, you fucking cocksucker. You got me in trouble. He's like, I'm Bobby Kelly. So that's the story. That's the story behind the story. So
that's so funny that you made that video. That's great.
I'm going to go skating again.
Let me take you.
No, I'll let you take me. Yes.
Joey will teach you.
All right. Yeah, teach me. We can do this again. All right, listen, I got to go. I love you guys. Mike's going to close out the show. I put a bunch of videos up there from Dom's. I'm going to put together a little vlog of all this weekend. Max getting his haircut, Dom's, Colloons. I'm going to put it up on the patreon.com/Robert Kelly. For Patreon people, I'm going to have Mush put that up there. It's just a little video I put together. We'll put it up for you guys first of a bunch of shit up there. And then I want to thank all you guys again for the tickets. I'll see you guys at the taping May 7th. And also, do all the other stuff. I love you, Mike. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Pa. Have a good meeting. We'll see you later.
Mush, I like you a lot.
Bye, Bobby.
All right. Now the good shit happens. Do we have Joe Russell?
Yeah, he's been waiting for like 30 minutes.
Oh, poor Joe. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, I won't need you to beg. I don't need you to start typing his name only because I can't see the chat now. But ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome with the new 5, Joe Russell.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
Good. You look great. You look sharp and crisp, and your frame.
My new Adorama camera I have set up.
And you just had that camera in a box for 3 months?
3. It was way longer than that. I couldn't find it. And I found it one day. I called Bobby up in the middle of the night. He was on stage. And I go, you got to call me. 911, it's emergency. He goes, I just got off stage. What's wrong? I'm like, I fucking got it. I told you I took it. But yeah, so we're looking good. Now you can see my fat face in HD. Thank you very much.
Looks so great.
How are things going with the cheese show?
Great. Olivia's in Buffalo, living with my parents, and I'm here. So
Living with your parents?
yeah.
Weird way to get divorced.
Yeah. She's filming like a little short film or something, and since Easter's coming up, she's like, I'll go there before you film it, and then I'll meet up with her because I'm going to be going with Bobby and Voss up to Niagara Falls for that gig.
Oh, when is that? What is the date on that?
We're leaving Thursday, and I think the shows are Friday and Saturday.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I've never been to Niagara Falls, and I always wanted to go. That would have been a perfect excuse to meet you guys up there.
It's like a 2-day trip. I mean, once you're there for more than 2 nights, there's nothing else to do. Yeah.
You gamble and you see the falls, and you're like, all right, gotta go.
Yeah.
But I have big plans this weekend, Joe.
Yeah. What's that?
I have Bon Jovi on Friday.
Wow.
Shot right through the heart, and you're to blame.
You gonna hang out with Gabby's dad?
No, yeah, that's right. I'm going to see Gabby's dad. And then on Sunday is Easter Sunday. We'll be celebrating Jesus at my house.
That is a big
with
day.
my Jewish in-laws.
You did this to him.
Yeah. It's a lot of us forgiving them on Easter. I went and I bought some food for Sunday.
Yeah.
And I bought my father-in-law, who I like a lot, gefilte fish. Have you ever had that?
It looks terrifying.
Mush, have you ever had it?
No, it looks gross.
Have either of you ever owned a cat?
No.
Yes, it looks like cat food.
It looks like cat food. It looks a lot like cat shit. It is but when I was dating my wife, I was trying to like impress her dad and her brothers, and they were like, oh, you ever have gefilte fish? And I was like, no. And they're like, yeah, it's an acquired taste, but it's fish. You like fish? I'm like, I love fish. I eat seafood platters. When I eat the lobster, I eat the head of the lobster. I eat everything. I eat the lobster's asshole. I'm eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, how bad could gefilte fish be? I'm telling you, I put it in my mouth and was paralyzed with fear. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to vomit in their face. I didn't want to swallow it. I just sat there looking around while it sunk in the middle of my tongue. It was the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. And I had to buy it today, and it looked a lot about like those scenes in The Walking Dead where the governor would just stare at the zombie bodies that are in the fluid. That's what a gefilte fish looks like, a dead body inside of fluid. It's disgusting. Happy Easter though, everybody.
It's in like a can, right?
It's in a glass jar.
How much does that cost? Like 50 cents?
No, I think it was like $9. Yeah. Now I'll tell you, for every shitty food, you get the shitty gefilte, but I'll take a matzah all day. I love me a matzah.
I just had matzah for the first time like 2 weeks ago. It was amazing.
Why? Where have you been? What are you holding out on? It'd be perfect with cheese.
I don't know. It looked weird. It was like just a big ball.
No, not matzo ball soup.
Oh.
Like the matzah cracker.
Oh. No,
matzo ball soup is like somebody took a bunch of the crackers, chewed them all up, rolled it into a ball, and threw it into fucking soup. Am I right? That shit's gross.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jews. I don't know. You did a lot of things wrong. You killed Jesus, and your food's terrible. All right, let's check in with Joe. He's got a new 5.
Did you hear? Yeah. Did you hear that Cracker Jacks are temporarily changing their name to Cracker Jills? Yeah, to spread awareness about women in sports. But don't worry, each box will still come with a crappy prize inside: WNBA season tickets.
That's very good, Joe. Yeah. I thought you were going to say they were changing their name from Cracker Jacks to something else, Jacks. To be fair to crackers.
Maybe it'll be. I'll add that in.
Yeah. No.
I was reading panda facts. Did you know that pandas are some of the shyest animals in the world? How do they know this? Did they bring a panda to a party and he was in the corner on his phone the whole time? That must be why there's Kung Fu Panda, because his parents thought karate classes would help him make friends. The logo for Panda Express should just be a panda not making eye contact.
A shy panda.
Yeah. I was reading about an article on sloths, and it said, quote, Sloths sleep 8 to 9 hours every night, just like humans. That fact really took me out of the article. The guy who wrote that thinks everyone sleeps 8 to 9 hours. What a well-rested author.
I live a sloth style.
I read his other article on how lemurs like to floss and drink 8 glasses of water every day. Did you hear this? The FDA is looking into claims that Lucky Charms cereal is causing stomach illness.
I did hear this.
Yes. They might have to change their slogan to, "That's me Lucky Charms. They're intestinally malicious."
I got to tell you, that's the second punchline I've heard to that joke, and that was also very good.
And then my tag is, "Follow me rainbow to a pot of brown." What was the other punchline that you heard?
So we do a thing on my show called the 6 at 9.
Yeah.
Where on Wednesday we get 6 headlines, and then Friday at 9 o'clock we have to deliver them. We have to deliver the story with the joke on it, like kind of like you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking hard, and we die at it. We just die at it, and nobody gives sympathy laughs. We just let them die.
Okay.
It's rough, and we hate doing it, but the listeners love it, so we do it.
I can relate.
Yeah. But Michael Che from Saturday Night Live was doing this story, and he goes, all these people ate Lucky Charms, and they all got stomach problems. That's magically suspicious. And he sang it, and I laughed, and I thought, why is it so easy for him? And if I was to do something that simple at 6 at 9, everybody would be like, "You're a fucking genius." That's a hard thing to do every week. Well, you know.
I got one more.
Oh, yeah, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the last of Joe's new 5.
The other night, I had a dream that there was a vampire taking his pants off in front of me.
Oh.
I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Bram Stoker's Count Wacula."
You got them all in there.
Now watch this thing turn into a bat. Luckily, I woke up before he could start playing with his organ.
Hey.
Well, I probably should have done that one in the middle.
That's all right. We did a lot of talking in between. I threw you off a little bit.
Yeah, it's just us two. It's okay.
Well, I liked them, Joe. I think you did a good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Make sure you look for the Cheese Show on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, search the Cheese Show. There's really only one. Find them on Instagram, like it, and subscribe so you can get updates when there's new episodes. I particularly enjoy it. It's quick, it's lighthearted, it's not a pain in the ass, and I would share it with my friends. And I've ordered cheese from cheese that they've tried on the show. How do you like that?
Thanks, buddy.
Look for my friend Bobby Kelly. He is out on the road, evidently in Niagara Falls this weekend.
Yeah.
You can find all his dates at robertkellylive.com, and you can go see him and Rich and Joe. Bobby and his friends. Now you know who his friends are. They're at the Bears Den showroom in Niagara Falls. And then April 21st to 23rd in Uncasville, Connecticut, at Comics Roadhouse in the Mohegan Sun. And Saturday, May 7th, right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, my number one best friend will be in town to film his new special, directed and produced by the great Louis C.K., and it'll be happening at Coastal Creative in downtown St. Petersburg. 2 shows already sold out in 15 minutes. Maybe we'll find a couple more tickets to give away, but right now it is sold out. And then, of course, all the other dates, Huntington, New York, Naples, Florida at Off the Hook Comedy Club, all on the robertkellylive.com website. And if you go to comicwearables.com, you can order T-shirts with my face on it, with Ari Shafir's face on it, with Bobby's face on it, a whole bunch of more famous people than me. And you can order nice clothing like this, the Calta and Kelly hoodie that me and my favorite girl Lou have. And you can order T-shirts and all sorts of other stuff. Put in Ladybugs for a discount. Ladybugs. Anything else, Mush?
That's it.
Mush, check him out on Instagram at Mike V. Suarez. Find him at a comedy club near you. And then he will be also here in the Tampa Bay area soon, and we're going to go machine gun shooting together. It came up on my calendar. Something came up that day, and on that day it says Mush, and I was like, I can't. I'm shooting machine guns that day.
Does it say Moosh or does it say Natalie Cuomo?
No, it says Mush. It really does. I feel like me and Natalie broke up that last show.
Aw.
She said that she'd rather have sex with Bobby, and I don't want to get in the middle of that. I don't want to break that.
I forgot to thank her because when her and Lewis broke up, I got one of her middling gigs because she called the club. She called the club and was like, "I can't be on the same show with him."
That's funny. I
so I was
love it.
asking when
Yes.
I'll be back in Texas. I'll be in San Antonio with Big J next month.
Well, there you go. Go see Mush in Texas with Big J Okerson. I like to thank Natalie too for all the things that she's given me that she doesn't even know about. All right, you guys have a great night. We'll be back on Friday, most likely in the morning, with the Patreon show. And thank you for liking us. If you're watching for the first time, subscribe and do all that other fun shit on YouTube. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Gentlemen, thank you. Have a great night, and we will see you on Friday. Goodbye.